MTV!
Too much is never enough.
And we're back. I'm Dennis McNamara. This is another edition of Backstage Pass. The band featured tonight, the Craze. And right now we have the 4 members of the band with us here in the studio. And let me introduce everyone to you. This is Ken Easton.
How you doing, Dennis?
Okay. And this is Peter Christian. Hello. Christopher Paul, next. And Chuck LaRue. Welcome to Craze. Could you show me, before we start, that cap clap again? Can we get a shot of that? Okay, ready?
Sure.
Come on.
Okay.
All right, ready? Get here. Let's do
A lot
this.
of technique. Watch out, you're twisting your wrist, Ken.
Just figured everyone should see that. We'd share that with the audience. Okay, tell me about the Craze.
Okay. From the beginning, it was almost destiny that we were together, all the 4 of us.
Why is that destiny? How do you mean?
Well, from the beginning, Chris, when he was coming to our house for the audition, forgot the directions at home, and all he remembered was that I said I had a rocking tree in front of my house, and he was making lefts and rights in my development. All of a sudden, he came upon a rock and a tree. He came in, asked for some apple juice, and we knew it was over from there.
And plus, it wasn't that simple. He just had to ramble that off pretty quick.
Kenny's planning to open up his own business called Kenny Apple in the future.
His own Kendom.
Now, let me ask you, you do original material.
Yes.
You write it all yourselves?
Mm-hmm.
What do you write about? I mean, what are the subject matters that matter to the Craze?
Anything from passion to politics. You know, we feel lyrics are coming back heavily, and we got something to say, and you know, we want to let people know, you know, maybe enlighten them in a certain area. But I think we touch on a pretty diverse audience, so that's one of the most important things we feel we can accomplish.
What's the goal of the Craze? I mean, what do you see right now as the things you'd like to achieve as a unit, a musical unit?
At first, we would like to get some things on record that we feel that we'd be happy with, and open up our musical repertoire to a larger audience than just, you know, in the club circuit. Because this summer we're planning on hitting the major clubs in Manhattan and Long Island and spreading the word of the Craze.
Start a buzz, you know. It's basically one of the big things you got to do. You know, is start people talking about you. This way, everyone hears you from different people, and it just makes the band look that much better, I guess. You know.
Yeah. Well, it's like I had heard about you because you had opened on Long Island for John Waite.
Yes, that was it.
And I heard great reviews.
It was an important show. Very important show.
It was fun. We had a good time. We played in front of about 3,000 people.
Great.
It was nice.
It's nice to hear them cheer when there's that many.
Yeah, it was strange. It was really strange because everyone was sitting at tables, and when we went on, by the time we got off, I say everyone was really like enthused. You know, it was really strange just looking at blank faces out there, and kind of broke them in with a couple of, you know, ballads, slow songs, I guess. So. How does it work? I mean, as far as rehearsing, do you rehearse every day? How often do you get together?
We rehearse
religiously.
Yes, religiously.
Yes,
definitely. We usually have a 4-night-a-week schedule, and we rehearse about 4 hours a night. You know, work on vocals. We have a studio set up that we rehearse. It's a nice little rehearsal studio. We work on everything. Vocals is very important to the band, and we try to get our repertoire as diverse as possible, we do things from ballads to rock songs, call the music rock wave.
I noticed that. Could you explain that? Rock wave.
Well, we take the best capabilities of rock, which is power. You can reach audiences that way. And then the people also want to come out and participate. They like to dance. Dance is one of the most important things in the 80s.
It's happening now.
Yeah, dance club, discos, new wave. And then you also give them a chance to slow down with ballads. We throw a ballad in there to kind of ease everybody, let them hang out, and then hit them with dance.
How does the writing process work? I mean, do you guys like have an assigned time where you're going to sit down and write songs, or does somebody run in with an idea?
We'll point the finger over here.
Basically, Peter comes downstairs with most of the original material.
The foundation of it.
And he basically has an idea of what he'd like to write about. And then everybody has little input. Everybody has their own styles, their own flavors that they like to add. And that's how we get it. It's like a mixing bowl, and we get a good product.
Every one of us has come from bands with different backgrounds, and I think the meld between all of us has formed a different sound, I think. So that's really important nowadays, you know, trying to have your own original sound. So.
Do you anticipate making a record soon, or how does that look at this point in time?
We have interest from some record labels in Manhattan.
Very optimistic about
Yes.
it. Too.
That must be exciting.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
We can't wait.
We also, at this point, we're also fortunate we hooked up with management that not only knows the business, but they help us on the creative end, which is
Right.
very important because we feel that all the people creatively that help us, it'll help us grow.
Right.
And that's, we feel, is very important.
Who are the influences? I mean, who are the people that you, I mean, I know I'm going to have to go to each of you, that you
Let's put it this way. If you would have saw Ken about 4 years ago, his hair was one length in front of his face with a bandana around it. Grateful Dead. He was into the Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
I was probably influenced by the Cars a lot. Do you?
Me, I was influenced by these guys in the van, right?
I was basically rhythm and blues. I was basically into rhythm and blues and a lot of black influences.
Yeah, we think he's got a little of that somewhere along the line.
So it's really like a hodgepodge, really. It
really
is interesting.
And we try to form our own sounds. This way, when people hear the music, they say, that's the Craze, right from the word go. That's important.
Yeah, and I think we've obtained that, you know,
Yeah. We've heard.
our own sound.
Yeah. Well, that's so important, having your own distinctive sound as opposed to sounding like somebody else. Well, I certainly wish you the very best with the Craze, and I know you have to get back in and play some more songs for us.
Can't
I just want to say something about Chuck's new sneakers here.
Yeah, I know.
I'm proud of these sneakers.
He copied off of mine, I
Nice
want you to know.
sneakers. Nice
Same kind.
sneakers. I like those.
Does everything I do.
Thanks again so much. The Craze is the band. The show's Backstage Pass. I'm Dennis McNamara from WLIR. Thanks for viewing.
How about that clapping? Very good, Dennis.
One, two, three, four.